Well, hello there, you awesome dudes and peoples and whatnots. Hooligan here, and oh yeah, we about to do some Minecraft. And in the last one, we got wild with it. I grinded harder than I probably ever have in this game, and well, it was worth it. But we're not done. We're gonna go hard in this one too. We have this ancient deity to finish constructing out of the end island. We have farms to build. We have an obscene, and I mean obscene amount of materials to gather. So we have no time to waste whatsoever. We gotta get to it. Chapter 21, and welcome back to another episode of Hooligan Totally Plans Things Out. Oh yes, I do sometimes. Sometimes it happens every once in a while. Anyways, we need an obscene amount of all of these blocks. Out of all of them, the bone meal is the one we need the least. But these two here, we need a whole lot. But we have a mission we must undertake before we start this grind. It is so important to the survival of this world that it cannot wait. So let's go get this done. We lost Captain Snugglepants Sr. to a tragic boating accident. And this right here, this is Captain Snugglepants Jr. And we need to bring him over to the deep so we can assign him to be the captain of that faction. Okay, so maybe it's not detrimental to the survival of our series, but it is detrimental to the survival of my mental health. After what we went through the last episode, just grinding our booties off, I just needed to play with the panda for a little bit. And don't let this dude fool you, okay? This dude is an absolute savage. Like, he is not a nice guy. The things that this dude will do for cake are absolutely obscene. Yeah, he's a monster. He's a monster. Oh, yes. Anyways, so we wanted to build him a little house, a little command center at the top of the deep, the steampunk city. And at the bottom of this giant pillar is our slime farm. Now we're going to be changing a bunch of things in this city as well as adding a whole lot of new buildings. You most likely on stream here to come real soon. But for right now, we just wanted to make his little habitat and just finish off this pillar that we kind of just left alone for a long time. I mean, it's been unfinished since like almost the beginning of the series. Now, we were using our slime farm to just convert Skulk at the bottom of our city, but we don't really need to do it anymore. It's spread up far enough, and, well, we wanted to finish off this tower, so we just decided to convert it back over to the slime farm, and it'll probably never be changed again. Look how seriously he takes his job. Oh my gosh, he's up there just working hard. I'm not sure what those somersaults are supposed to be for, but I'm sure it's a tactical thing. Yeah, he's planning something up there. Anyways, our slime farm's down there working again. Our tower is essentially done. I don't know. It was pretty much there just to house the farm. But anyway, we got to go get our grind on. We have so much to do and so little time to do it. So we get our feet a pitter-pattering and our axe a swinging. Now, we still have a lot of blackstone left over from when we destroyed the bastion, but it's all brick, and I'm not using any brick, not in this portion of the build. Now, my guesstimations of what we actually need to gather is about roughly 10 to 15 shulkers of blackstone. Another probably 5, I want to say, of skulk, and probably another 10 of netherrack. And we start off, like I said, just swinging our axe. And while it was working, it was getting boring. So I decided, like any reasonable person, that it's better just to blow it up. Now, this works out cool, and it also doesn't. Because, well, the collection's much slower. But it is much more fun. And we did get a little bit of ancient debris in the process, which means we can duplicate some tools. That way we don't have to repair them as often. I mean, we have the gold farm, which is absolutely awesome. But it also means I have to travel to the gold farm to repair every time I need to, and it would cut time in half if I just have duplicates. But anyways, we spent a little time blowing this up. Now, we get a little bit of blackstone from this, but more importantly, we open up a whole bunch of veins that we could easily dig out if we had a beacon down here. But that also means I would have to dig through lava lakes and everything to get to the ceiling to set up the beacon. And that doesn't really sound all that fun. Yeah, lava in the nether is kind of annoying. It's so freaking fast. Oh, it can just get you so quick. I've already popped a totem to it once. Ugh. Anyways, we got more to do. Alright, 2 shulkers are blackstone down, and we still have so much more to collect. But let me show you a couple things I did off camera real quick. It's actually kind of cool. So we needed to expand our overflow room and make it not just a janky hole covered in dirt. So yeah, we made sections for just about everything that we would need extra of. And I never thought I would say this ever in Minecraft, but I needed an overflow for obsidian. Like, that's a lot of obsidian. Yeah, and there's another chest over in the normal storage too. Yeah. Anyways, the reason I'm showing you dudes this is, well, to show you that I did it, but also because all this stone we have right here, all this dirt we have right here, all this grass we have right here, that can all be converted to skulk. And, well, we have a plan of how we want to do that. But there is one more thing I did off camera that I want to show you real quick. Alright, so last episode, we pretty much finished up the entire hamlet, except for this little area right here. And, well, this is going to be our little graveyard. And right now we got 3 mausoleums to represent times I popped a totem. This creeper tried to give me a hug. I kissed the ground with my face and took a lava bath. And we're not going to do any more decoration with this unless I pop a totem or the pale update comes out, because I think those colors would work really good with this little area right here. But we did put potential plots out for any future quote-unquote deaths totem pops. And, well, it might be a fun idea that once we fill these graves that we just take the totem off and we just see what happens. Or maybe at a certain amount of days survived in the world. I don't know. But, you know, I'm always looking for another reason to add more anxiety to my life, so just a little idea. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up. We have to go grind. Now, we found this skeleton spawner, I want to say in Chapter 2, a long time ago. And it served its purpose, especially in the early game before I really had any other experience farms or when I needed a bow. But we don't need it anymore. So we started using it to just gather skulk manually, and it was kind of fun. But we started thinking, like, there's got to be a better way to be doing this. Alright now, so we've been using our old skeleton farm in the Steampunk City to just manually gather skulk. But I've been at it for quite a while now, and I don't even have a shulker full. So, we are going to convert this farm from this skeleton spawner and make an somewhat auto skulk farm, where we can do this a lot quicker. Because we do not really need this farm. We have our wither skeleton farm in the nether, and I have no use for the arrows. I have no use for the bows, and, well, I do have a use for the bones. But I would rather just use the other spawner because I get coal from it as well, and wither skeleton heads, or not wither skeleton heads. So I'm gonna go home, get some redstone, and we're gonna come up with a design to just bring these up through a chamber to a bubble column and drop them right down into where we're gonna set up a lot of pistons where we can auto fill an area, mine it, and then refill it again. And we're gonna see if this works, because I'm just gonna see. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see, though. Alright, well, we finally figured it out. I tried to watch some tutorials or even just Google to figure out what I'm trying to do here. I could not find a video that actually helped me, so I just played around in creative until I figured it out myself. And now, in theory, we let these dudes fall down here. All of this should turn to skulk. We break it, fill it back up and do it again. Let's see if it actually does that. Oh, that'll do. That'll do just fine. So I'm really glad we took the time to actually build this farm. It quadrupled our production rate. I spent an hour and got about less than almost a shulker doing it manually. And once we set this up, I got 4 shulkers now. And honestly, that might be all we need. So we're going to call this our wrap up. Our skulk is done. Alright now, so we're going to try something a little different to try to get the rest of this blackstone. I really don't want to go mining for it, even though I think at some point I'm probably going to have to. Now you might be wondering, Hooligan dude, why do you have 157 levels? Well, let me show you. So we're at our gold farm, and well, this probably is my favorite farm I've done so far. I love this thing. It's awesome. I don't think I'll ever have a world that does not have one from here on out. But we spend about an hour and a half at our gold farm, and it takes us from level 67 to 157. We don't really need the levels, but whatever, we can flex. We can flex. And we spent about 30 minutes sorting out the golden swords and all that too, and smelting them. Also, I have no idea how this baby zombified piglin got down here. That could be potentially dangerous. Not bad, right? Anyways, we're at our little mini super smelter and just smelting up some of the ore we've had laying around. When we're done, we should have roughly about 1,500 or so attempts to try to trade piglins for blackstone. And they can give us some other cool stuff too. So we are going to go and we are going to build ourselves an auto bartering farm. If it doesn't work, at least we'll have the farm. I don't know. Alright, we should have everything we need. Let's go try to find a spot for this farm. I think it actually might be right outside the gold farm. Let's go find out. Alright, so our gold farm's just literally like right there. We got a crimson forest right here, and we're going to set up a little bartering station. We are going to have to make some signs and finish these roads, or we're going to lose track of where we put our stuff. Whatever. Let's get to doing this. Alright, so we're at day 3,608. And yes, I now have 238 levels. Yeah, I AFK'd the gold farm just a little bit longer. And, well, we built our little bartering farm here. And I think I'm going to have to modify it a little bit. Right now, I have 4 piglin in each little cell. But the hoppers can't keep up with the trades. So I think I'm going to use minecarts to swoop 2 out of each and make this again right behind this and have 4 cells. That way the hoppers have double time to keep up. But anyways, we didn't do too bad. We got tons of really cool stuff. Soul Speed 3 books that we'll never use. Infinite fire resist potions that we will use. Gravel, string, leather, all kinds of really, really good stuff. But we only got 2 shulkers of blackstone. But you know what? It was fun, and now we have this farm. So we're going to have to probably just go do this manually to get the rest of this blackstone. But this was fun building this. Alright, now, while it was a lot more fun getting his blackstone, trading with the piglins and whatnot and building farms, that just wasn't going to work out. It was cool, and we'll use it for other things, but we had to go back to the OG way of just, putting a beacon down, swinging around a pickaxe, and wasting all our time. That's just how it goes sometimes. Now, if you notice that my voice is a little off yet again, that's because you got sick again. Yeah, I don't know. It just happens. But it doesn't stop our grind. It doesn't stop our work. We have stuff to do, and we got to get it done. And this was actually pretty productive, because this here gets us where we need to be blackstone-wise. Short just a little bit, but we'll make it work. Well, with 4 more boxes of blackstone, we might actually just be able to start building and see how far it goes. I don't know. But we also got 6 more ancient debris while we were digging around, and we broke both our pickaxes. So we're going to need to repair these up, and I think we're to the point now where we want to make our duplicate tools. That way, whenever we're on a grind like this, we don't have to stop. Let's go home. I'm going to leave this beacon here, because I'm inevitably going to be back. So we hit up our XP farm really quick because we have one more chore to do. I know it never ends, but it actually does. This netherrack we need to get should not take long at all. This should be the easy part. This last little bit of resource grind that I was originally going to do off camera just to not bore people, I actually decided just to show it because it not only did it go really smooth, but it actually ended up being very profitable. We get all the netherrack that we needed plus some extra, and we find quite a bit of ancient debris, gold, and quartz. That's a win. That's a win. Alright, so the mind-numbing resource grind is finally done. At least we hope it is. We hope we have enough to finish what we're trying to do. But we worked really hard on, doing all this, and while we did it, we got that ancient debris, and we said we want some duplicate of our most important tools. Now, to me, the hoe, the pickaxe, and the axe are the most important to have on hand. The shovel will be done later. I'm not worried about that right now. We just started whipping up some potions, and we're also going to go collect a bunch of wool. Can you start guessing what we're about to go do? Anyways, since we already were here getting our wool, we decided we wanted to color code where our wool is being stored, because right now it's just a guess. And, well, it's just something we left undone, and I'm trying to finish up some stuff as I'm in the area of things that I left unfinished. 10 boxes of blackstone, 8 boxes of netherrack, 4 boxes of skulk, another box of skulk veins, a fully stocked adventure kit, oh yes, with duplicate tools. And what do we have here? A bunch of wool, and a ton, about 3.5 hours worth of night vision. We are gonna go look for that silence trim. I also would like to get some echo shards and enough of the disc fragments to make that disc and put it in the museum. I know where there are 2 ancient cities. One we've already done, and I also have an idea of where a couple other deep darks may be. So we are just gonna, go get our anxiety spiking and have a little heart attack in the deep dark, because I cannot go right to building this. No, not after this grind. Alright, so we set off on our journey. Now, this location here is about 100 blocks north of our outpost where we gather bottles for our raid farm. So we've kind of been in the area before. We knew there was going to be deep dark. We were pretty sure there was going to be an ancient city, but what we didn't know is how awesome this ancient city was going to be. Yeah, Editor Hooligan here. This city is awesome. There's like no skulk in it. Yeah, that's an ancient city. But there's no deep dark. What?
Damn. Damn.
Well, we think we tapped this one out. We're gonna have to go look for another one, I think. We got some stuff, but not what we were looking for. Alright, another giant mountain, another deep hole. Also, that creeper right there is trying to be sneaky. We ain't dealing with that. Oh, he's gone. He got scared. He ran away. Also, that's a geode. We might grab a little bit of amethyst, too. So we hop on in and just kind of see what we got going on. We check out the amethyst, the geode, and we decide we don't really have time to get it right now. We might come back and loot it later, though. I could always use the calcite, and yeah. Anyways, we didn't really find anything too promising. We find a little cave, and it does have some deep dark. However, it leads pretty much nowhere. And I mean nowhere. So we just start digging. We find a little bit of diamonds along the way, which is pretty sweet. And, well, it took a little bit. I probably did this for about 30 minutes, but we do find another ancient city. Oh, yes. Okay, let's try this again. So we get a potion popping and our feet's a moving. Now, we already have enough disc fragments to complete that for the museum. We have enough of the echo shards to make a recovery compass. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but we cannot use the recovery compass because this is a hardcore world, and if I die, well, I can't go get my stuff because I can never play it again. Oh, well, except in spectator mode. But whatever, we can still put it in the museum as a little piece, you know. And we pop yet another shrieker, and I actually end up losing track of how many shriekers we activate. It gets a little blurry down here when you're doing this, but the only thing we're looking for at this point is the silence trim. That could be a potential escape route if I need to. And after we get that silence trim, we'll never have a real reason to come back to this stupid deep dark again. I say that, but you know I'm crazy and I might, I don't know, get myself a pet warden or need to come get some catalyst. Who knows? Oh, we finally got it. We finally got it. We still got a couple strikes left, and, well, we still got some wool left. We'll see if we can get a little more loot before we get out of here. If we need to escape, it's that way, I believe. All right, I don't know what my counter's at anymore. I think I'm done. I'm ready to go. That's definitely a way out, or at least close to it. We fight off a few mobs to make our escape, and well, I really thought there was going to be just a big opening up here, but there wasn't. This cave was huge, and while it was really close to the surface, there was no actual exit. We may come back and finish off that ancient city, but not right now. I'm ready to go home. And we were flying home, and, well, we found this mansion right here. But I'm out of inventory space, so I'll just mark it for later. We got 38 diamond ore while we were doing that, too. Let's see what we actually get from this. Let's see if we got some good RNG. Oh, this was a good day. Good day. Yes, it was. I know. I have an end island to build. We'll be getting to that in just a minute. I promise. I promise. But first, we have to waste 4 netherite ingots on some armor that I will never ever wear. Also, while getting crafting in style. Because, well, we just got to flex this. We have no choice. We have to do it. And it was worth every bit of work. Every bit. Oh, it's so awesome. This museum is getting really close to being done, and I love it so freaking much. And we were already in our grind anyways. We were already working on the museum, so we decided to add a couple of our other museum pieces in. For instance, the heavy core and the whatchamacallit, the mace, which is also rare that we got way long time ago. But we kind of just forgot about it, if I'm being real. Yeah, I don't know. I just forgot. And we go ahead and make a recovery compass that we can never use. Why? Because that's how we do. We can do it. We have accomplished some crazy stuff in this game. Oh my gosh. It's actually kind of absurd. I never ever thought I'd do anything like this. Honestly, I'm being for real. We have every single armor trim also put on armor on display, as well as duplicates of every single armor trim. Rare music discs, every pottery sherd turned into the actual pots, plus extras. Oh, I think we have almost all the banner patterns. The only thing we have left is a piglin head and a pig step disc, which will go right here and here, I think. But we ain't doing that right now. We got to go build an end island. Yeah. And then all the collectible music discs from the creepers, which will go right here, as well as a jukebox right there, I think. Yeah, yeah. Also, we might as well just throw this up. This is a collectible. And this should be with the tide. So we'll just put that. No, I'll put it right there. And maybe we'll do something like that to kind of display it. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, we're done with this for right now. Oh my gosh, I'm actually starting to feel better now. So if you guys hung in to this point, thank you, because I had to do a bunch of grinding just to keep going. But now we are going to go build this end island. All right, so we can start to see what we're trying to get done here. Now, this is going to take so much work that it's going to take 2 time lapses. Yeah, that's just the way it is. So I'm going to shut up and get right back to it. See you in a minute. With an enormous amount of caffeine in my brain, we chug along just getting our build done. Now, our goal for this episode is to complete the entire top side of the island, as well as a few other little things. Now, we are not going to dedicate another episode to this island. I have another idea how to finish it off without having to make a in transformation part 3. I don't want to do that. I want to go see daylight. But we changed some ideas of what we wanted to do. Now, originally we wanted to have a large portion of the endstone visible. Well, we decided against that. It was just too much yellow, but we still want some of it visible, especially in some patches of chorus fruit that I like to think of it as like the crop fields of the endermen, because they're living creatures. They live here, and well, it would make sense that that would be their food source. I mean, it makes you teleport, they teleport. Maybe that's how they get their power. I don't know. It makes sense to me. I thought it was viable. Anyways, this takes an obscene amount of work. I actually completely lost track of the amount of time I spent doing this. Not even just between the two episodes, just on this one. I don't know. I gotta assume it's in the 40 or 50 hours worth of work. I don't know though. It's time is just weird in the end. Yeah, I know it's doubled because you don't sleep, but there's no daylight cycle, so you just blank out on the actual amount of time you spend. And I am just rambling on about dumb stuff. Ugh. Anyways, I'm running out of stuff to say. So how about I just tell you a fun fact? The whole time I was doing this, a ladybug had came into my office, my little studio, and it just sat on my keyboard. I'm not even joking. This little ladybug sat on my keyboard and watched my screen the entire time I was building this. It was pretty awesome. I don't know where it went. It might still be in my office. Oh, well, why am I talking to you about random ladybugs in my office? I don't know, because I can, and I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know. Is that not cool? I think it was cool. Well, yeah, I don't know. And we're done. What the crap was that dude even talking about? He just rambles. Like, shut up sometimes, dude. Ugh. Anyways, back to it. We're happy. We're happy with the entire top of the island. Now, on the sides, we are going to be doing that either as little segments of each episode until it's completed. Maybe it is an intro, maybe as an outro. I don't really know. And we might be doing some of it on stream. I don't really know what, but I will not dedicate another episode to this build. It's melting my brain. But yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Now, as far as what's left to do that's not just the sides, we have two little tentacles over there, which we left those alone because they're kind of part of the side, and we want to terraform that entire piece right there. I'm going to blow all that up. I don't have the TNT for it right now, though. But right now, I just want to go home. Yeah. Also, I'm going to have to get some shroom lights to scatter through the warp forest to reduce the amount of these guys spawning. But all in all, I think it came out pretty cool. Let's go home. Oh, I never thought I'd be so happy to see the sweet, sweet rain. Oh, I know, kitty. I know. It's beautiful. Anyways, I think that's it for this episode. And now I have to make an extra overflow for the, I want to say 15 shulkers of endstone that we dug. Also, these pickaxes. Yeah, I had to repair these 3 times. I thought I was gonna have to do it again, but it worked out. But anyways, we got more stuff to do in the next one, and it's gonna be a nice, fun, bright build. I'm tired of the dark. And as always, I hope you all had a great time. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I was not feeling good this entire episode up until about this point. So you guys stick it in there with me. It meant a lot because I definitely wasn't feeling on my A game. But anyways, peace and love, fam, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, dudes. Want to say bye, kitty? No, now you don't want to talk? Whatever. Later.